This is part 4 of 7. This is the sin of gluttony, and we're going to be talking about the distress symptoms, the idolatry, the root wounds, so we can learn to identify it, and also the identity lies and inner vows that we make that hold the enemy in that place and give him a stronghold in our life. When we're talking about the sin of gluttony, it manifests through distress symptoms of addictions, inability to show affection, or to intimidate or be vulnerable. It can manifest through excessive masturbation or other self soothing behaviors. It is tied to shame as well, but this inability to show affection, it doesn't mean entirely or completely, but it could be an inability to constantly be touched. So if you, for instance, are a woman where when your husband is just trying to give you normal physical affection outside of the bedroom, you might feel extremely uncomfortable with that because you've never seen that kind of affection before. You might also see it manifesting when your children, after they get a certain age, are also um, making you excessively uncomfortable when they're touching you or wanting to be on your lap. And you might be asking yourself, what's wrong with me that I can't even give this normal physical affection to my children? It can be from this sin of gluttony. Now, it's not your sin. What it is actually is the root wound of it is rejection. Those of us who are suffering from rejection wounds might actually then sin in that woundedness to protect ourselves. See, we make an idolatry of something, and the idolatry of gluttony is comfort and substance, like food and drink. When we make an idolatry of comfort, we use substance to comfort ourselves. This is, of course, the sin of gluttony. And the identity lie is that we feel disgusting. There's a lack of love or ability to enter into what real love is a free, faithful, fruitful, and full total gift of self. The inner vow of somebody that's dealing with this would be, I am not loved or wanted and I have no value. So again, they would need to renounce that inner vow, and they would again ask for our Lord to help to heal the rejection wound. If they do not deal with the root woundedness, then we will continue to keep sinning in the same ways. Rejection wound is actually creates a rupture within the sexes, male and female. He created us. It makes a difficulty of being able to be open and to receive one another in the life-giving, loving way that we are called to. Some of the other somatics, bodily symptoms are smoking, drinking, habits of playing with your hair, self-soothing behaviors, being overweight or promiscuous are other ways of distress symptoms and such that can manifest. The opposite virtue, of course, is abstinence, fasting, temperance. Um, Abstinence is a way in which we can grow by denying ourselves something that's good, that isn't bad for us, because it strengthens the ability of our wills. We need to strengthen the will in this area, but also with rejection, it is a healing that needs to take place of understanding what it means to be created male and female and to be back in touch with giving loving forms of non-sexual physical affirmation.